This has been a long, heartbreaking, emasculated process. I, 42M, married my wife, 38F, 5 years ago. It hadn't been smooth sailing up to that point, though. We dated on and off for about 4 years. She had addiction problems which lead to infidelity on a few occasions. Once I caught her upstairs at a party in the act. I was so embarrassed I just left. She begged for another chance. I loved her and knew she wasn't herself. She got into a program and got sober. Things were beautiful. Our relationship was strong and we got married. First year of our marriage was perfect. Second year, not so much. A lot of bickering. But nothing I didn't think we could work through. Third year is when things got bad. She got drunk and cheated on me with a friend of mine. Obviously this hurt me deeply, but she begged for forgiveness. I knew she had been drinking and convinced myself that's the only reason it happened. I wanted my marriage to work. So I forgave her under the condition that she wouldn't touch alcohol. Things went well for a bit, but I began to hear rumors at work. We worked at the same company. I don't like to pay attention to rumors, but given our history, it ate at me. Was never specific, but just people talking and alluding to things you know. I questioned her. She denied everything. We had arguments, but I thought maybe I'm getting worked up for nothing. Figured it wasn't fair to get on her about he said, she said. Then one Friday I was going into work. She had the day off. I was gone a couple hours but ended up getting sent home early. I get home and there's a random truck in our driveway. I go inside and I know what I hear, but I'm in disbelief. Thumping, squeaky, and moaning. Saying that my heart sank is an understatement. I walk towards the bedroom. The door's open and I see her having sex with our supervisor. I think my heart stopped. I left. I had to because I didn't want to do what I thought about doing. I drove with no destination. Finally pulled over and cried my eyes out. I felt stupid for not leaving before. I felt like a pushover. I felt emasculated. I felt like less than a man for not doing something in the moment. I drove back home, but they were both gone. I broke things, screamed, cried, and sat on the floor. She comes home with her friend and asks what the hell happened. I just started screaming at her. I was out of my mind. Eventually they left. She came back the next morning. Didn't speak all weekend, and then I went back to work Monday. As soon as I saw the supervisor, I made a beeline for him and connected a few times before it got separated. I screamed and looked crazy, I'm sure. Obviously I was fired, but thankfully no charges were filed. I filed for divorce that week, which she didn't contest. Obviously the process takes a bit regardless. Problem was we were still living together. I just avoided as much as I could. I was going to stay with my uncle, which I got strung along with that, and it never happened. Had no one else I could stay with at that point, so had to still be there while trying to save up. At this point, my wife didn't give a damn. She didn't even hide that she was seeing other people, even sneaking men into the house late at night. Had to hear things more than once. I didn't want to go to jail for doing something stupid, but did want to see if there was anything I could do legally, which I was advised that there wasn't. So, she's have her good times while I'm living in misery. But finally, I got my own spot. I moved out without a word. Divorce has been finalized. Splitting belongings was simple. I'm happy that it's done, but I'd be lying if I said I felt like myself. I'm colder. I'm negative. I'm just not me. I know it takes time to get through this. I know it was smart of me to just leave the house when I caught them, but that decision also eats at me. Yes, I know I should have ended things earlier. It's easy to say that on hindsight. We all wanted our relationships to work, and some of us,